Hello everybody, welcome back to 47 and Counting. My name is Cecilia from 8-Bit Garden, and I'm here with my friend, Salem. No, my friend over here. If you would like to introduce yourself by your collective name, and if you'd like, who's fronting.
Hello, I am the Cursed Parcel Collective. The person in front right now is Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, and I use it's myself as an alter. You can feel free to share your pronouns if you want. You don't have to.
As Jordan, my pronouns are he, him. As a whole, for the system, we go by it itself typically, but.
Yeah, so I brought my friend on here because I wanted us to chat about some various DID things. We each came up with a couple of topics, and we're just gonna go through them and chat. So let's get started. So the first thing that I had put down was kind of just asking about what your general DID experience is like, kind of like the day-to-day, how it's different from you would think a singlet would.
So you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm curious about what your thoughts are.
Day to day, I mean, I'd like to say my system's pretty normal to an extent, but definitely with how my brain works, I know it's not like ordinary at all, because it typically gets pretty loud in my brain, and there's always some sort of chatter and such, whether it be from somebody close to front or just somebody just sometimes I'll get tidbits of just something in the inner world in general. It's hard sometimes, because when I'm trying to focus on something, it's definitely not like on a day-to-day, focusing is something that is very hard for me, because it just gets so loud sometimes.
Oh my god, the thing you said about hearing things like from the inner world, we have a fictive of the cat lady from No, I'm Not a Human, which I don't know if you know what that is, but for anyone else. And she's always so there's a feature in the game where if you go up to one of the doors that the people are in, you can hear them murmuring. And so sometimes we'll overhear Christina in the headspace, who is the fictive of cat lady. She'll be muttering repetitively to herself, just nonsensical over and over again. And the fronter knows it's not the fronter, but we can overhear it. Can I tell the story about Calvin? Yeah, okay. My fiance gave me permission to tell something about his system. So, he also experiences this. He has a fictive of Calvin from The Purge. Let me know if I need to cut anything out. Calvin from The Purge. And there's this scene. It's so funny. It's a fantastic scene.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'd love to have a word. Maybe by your front door. I just need a moment, good sir.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. Now tell me, why haven't you delivered the filthy swine to me yet?
No, of course not. I just can't find him. You see, this is a misunderstanding. My son let him in. He's a young boy, he doesn't know better, but I support what occurs here tonight, 100%, okay? I sell security equipment. I said I would never deny yours or anybody else's right to purge. We're very...
Just give us the homeless pig, you fuck!
Sorry about that. I don't condone that kind of behavior. But just keep in mind, Mr. Sandin, he was my friend, and you are not. So not he or that will be thee.
I'll go get him.
You should do that.
Chef's kiss scene. You should do that. And he says exactly like that, with the big shit-eating grin and everything. And sometimes they'll just hear that in the headspace.
There was a recent, a story that I have to share is a recent time It was like a couple days ago, actually. It was so funny. We were talking to one of our system friends, and they were telling us like about like that they might that they're struggling not to form Genshin altars because we like like we were just like system things, and I was like, and we have this altar for which I'm not good like we have this altar vanilla that basically he protects the system as a whole, and he's like, well, when altars are needing to form, they'll form, and you need to let them form. Like he like is constantly preaching and like explaining like that to my system, because it is something my system does sometimes struggle with, is letting altars form when they are forming, instead of just we're working on it, and we're making really good strides about just letting the system simply exist. But yeah, it's hard. But so Vanilla had been trying to explain to this friend what he's been explaining to us as a system. Like, it's okay if you have Genshin like fictives, like let them form. And then Ryo, my one Genshin altar, Ryo was agreeing, and from like he wasn't even fronting, but you could hear him even though he wasn't in the front. And then he was like, yeah, and then I could just hear a bunch of altars just go at him like, are you that lonely, Ryo? Like, I don't know, it was awful, but they all like roasted him like, are you that lonely, Ryo? Ryo, do you need friends that badly? And Ryo was like, oh, hey. Ryo was just like, why are we attacking me? You could just hear this interaction, and I'm like,
we had
and this... Simon was fronting and just like, yeah.
We had this.
Simon was very overwhelmed by just like hearing this all while he was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it.
No, definitely feel free to talk as long as you want to. I like hearing your stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had this moment where we were very front crowded and front confused, and what was the conversation? It was like someone said something that was like very uncalled for in the headspace. And then someone else responded with basically like, every time you speak, I wish you would shut up. And Stephanie, our overseer, and the girl who's around all the time, she was like, hello? Can we not talk to people like this? And then someone else was like, yeah, don't, like, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone started piping in just to be part of the argument, just for argument's sake. And Stephanie was like...
I don't think that's what Stephanie had wanted.
No, it wasn't. She's very much a peacemaker. She's a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vanilla is very much a peacemaker in my system. He tries to keep everyone in line in a very, like, gentle way compared to some of the older altars who try to keep peace.
Yeah, oh my god, that's like Stephanie and Rhiannon, because Stephanie and Rhiannon are in a subsystem, and they're also together, like dating, and they both are what we call guides. We want to make a whole video on guides, but we always have someone in the front, and 9 times out of 10 it's Stephanie, and they're like half in the front, half in the like headspace, and they're there to guide us, for better or for worse in some cases.
Yeah.
But like Stephanie is very much like, you know, sugary sweet, like gentle approach, like everyone deserves to be treated with patience, and she's so serene. And Rhiannon is like, if you say something mean to someone, Rhiannon's like, shut the fuck up, don't talk like that.
No, I get that. I totally get that. Creedor is probably like the equivalent in my system. Creedor is like not like, you have the two very different sides of like protectors in the system.
Yeah. So I guess for me, how I would imagine my day-to-day life is kind of different from the singlets. It's just, honestly, the amount of conversations you have. Do you ever feel like you get socially drained by your own system?
Yes, like that. I never thought about it that way, but that is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's really
until I
like
said
the
it.
only way to put it. Like you can't just like it's different than like you get socially drained in a actual like in an out of headspace situation, because you can like walk away and be like and social distance yourself. Can't do that.
No.
Can't just get away from it.
Especially not if
So
you have
it's
a
hard.
Stephanie over your shoulder every waking moment going, be careful, don't trip, and don't touch that, that's hot, and I'm making fun of her. It's all in good fun.
I get it.
We love Stephanie.
No, you're good. I get it. We gotta pick on the system a little bit.
We gotta. It's otherwise, how are we gonna survive?
Exactly. There's no fun if you don't make it fun, you know?
Yeah, like, I totally believe in, like, yes, it's a serious disorder and it seriously affects me, and yes, I kind of wish I didn't have it, but I do have it, and I need to make some parts of it at least okay, or else, like, there's no curing it, so what's the point in being so doomsday all the time, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So, I know something you wanted to talk about was how DID affects the working life. And
yeah,
I definitely have had my fair share of DID affecting things. Would you like to go first, or do you want me to?
I would like you to go first, because I feel like it would be interesting to I answered the first question that you did. Since this is a question I did, I'd like you to answer it first, if that's okay. I feel like that's a good way to alternate the video.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, for me, working is just kind of, it's not on the table, and I think you've mentioned it's not on the table for you as well, in the traditional sense, working. Because I want to be like a content creator and a writer and a lot of things. I'm struggling trying to narrow it all down, but I want to work in a way where if I need to take a week off, a couple weeks off, blah, 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 because my DID or BPD or ADHD or God have it, took a nosedive, I need to be able to do that. And please, anyone in the comments, tell me what job there is that you can really do that with. Just jobs that you're self-employed in. Self-employment. Or if you get like the luckiest job in the world, but I don't even know what that would be. So it's really affected, like, we would switch like mid-work shift, and like we worked at this gas station once overnight, and we would have to put on the hot dogs in the morning towards the end of our shift. And one time the manager of all of the gas stations of that chain in the district or whatever came in to just check on things, you know, and I knew she was coming. It wasn't a big deal. I wasn't worried about it. I was good at my job. It killed me. But like, she came in and she was like,
well, I get it.
How long have the hot dogs not been being heated? And I realized I never pressed the heating button. We switched mid through putting the hot dogs on the rack, and then we just walked away.
Oh, I get it.
So it was mostly like switching and then being like, yeah, I'm done with that now. That's the biggest way it affected me, I think.
For me, it's a lot of the same-ish. Like, my last job was Taco Bell, and it's fast food, especially is hard for me with like the switching and stuff, because we're in this my brain works at a fast pace, so trying to work in a fast pace outside of the inner world environment is very, very hard for me, because I'll like start something and then forget what I'm doing like mid process, or I'll do something and not even remember having done it. So like it can be scary, because it's like I can't remember halves, if not a whole days of my work day. Like sometimes I can't remember the whole day, sometimes I can't remember like half of it. But apparently like I got through it, but I'm like lying in bed at night like I don't remember like any of that shift.
Right.
And it's hard.
Yeah, and that is, the memory stuff gets scary. I was we've been moving stuff, as you know, trying to get everything into the house, and we were going to take a run down to the old place to grab more stuff, and Val had asked me to put the empty boxes in the truck. And so I put one empty box in the truck, came inside, put in music, and then sat down and listened to music for 10 minutes. And then I was like, oh my god, I was supposed to be doing something.
No, I get that so much.
Yeah.
That is so, like, just, that happens to me so regularly that it's bad. Like, even just today, I'm writing a D&D campaign, as you know, and I'm like, I was texting you throughout the day and then also working on my D&D campaign, but I would get so involved with this D&D campaign, and not even like in a hyperfixate way. Like I totally straight up forgot that I was texting you. That's a lot of why I was struggling with my responses, because I just like, oh yeah, wait, I was texting somebody. Like stop.
Yeah,
I was
oh
like,
my god.
And that's happened. I've been doing that to multiple people today on accident.
I'll have to tell Val when I'm like, we now call it locking in. I now have to tell Val when I'm like, hey, are we alright if I spend some time of us not talking at all while I write or plan this campaign or whatever? Because like I have to lock in on it. I know part of that is the ADHD for me at least, but like when I'm writing, if I'm drafting, can't text, unavailable.
It's great that you have that communication though with Val.
Yeah, especially because things have been so hard
really
lately.
Great.
You know, so we've got to communicate on stuff like that. So, let's see. The next one is, I had a question for you. I'm very curious, and we've talked about it a little bit already, but what is your memory like? Is it, for example, like how it's commonly portrayed? Like, is it alter based, or is it more of like a free for all, or something else entirely? Like, how do you reach your memories?
That's a hard one for me. I'm not entirely sure. Like, we have alters that we call archivists. They essentially store and hold the memories. They'll give me we're working on our communication, but like these archivists will basically give us the most useless stuff at the worst times, and then the most helpful things later. And I'm like, wait, where was that when I needed that, like 10 or 20 minutes ago?
Oh my god,
but,
yeah.
Memory wise, it's weird for us because we're still working on learning how to like. I've known I was a system for like quite a while, but it's still like something that can be really hard for me. It's just like sometimes alters will like remember something another alter did, but vaguely, like, and then sometimes certain alters won't remember anything. Like I could sit here and tell you, like I said about like earlier, telling you about like what happened yesterday with Ryo. But I couldn't tell you what the hell Simon was doing yesterday. Like Simon fronted and he was there. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, it's like sometimes I wonder if it's about how close you are, like in connection to the altar, whether you can, how easily it is to
Yeah.
remember. For us, we have a strong theory that Stephanie is the one who holds all of our memories, and it's only because she's around 99.9% of the time that we can remember pretty, not easily, but we can do it. We can remember what other alters have done. But it's like our memory, no matter what, whether it's an alter thinking about something they did themselves or an alter thinking about something someone else did or what, it's always in third person. Do you have anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I not really, like, we're just, like, we have, like I said, it's pretty much down to the archivist, but, like, we don't, like, have, like, I don't know, like, our memory gets really spotty, and I have a lot of times where I get, like, somebody telling me I said something, and none of us remember, and that's always really tough for me, because, like, even recently, my ex was moving out and asking me, like, hey, can I grab this? Like, you said I could have the Xbox, right? And I'm like, no, I wanted to keep the Xbox. But then I had from two sources, not just my ex but one of my close friends being like, no, you told me that you were gonna let them take the Xbox. And I'm like,
yeah.
Like, it's hard.
Yeah, we've been going through a bunch of clothes, and we I personally have to go through clothes like a couple of times, because we'll be like, no, we don't really need this, like, we need a save room, let's get rid of this. And then later we'll go through it, we'll be like, what? No, I want this, like, don't get rid of this. And then sometimes we'll keep something, and then we'll be like, why did we want this?
Yeah, or you will, like, for me, it's like, I will get rid of something, and then, like, another alter will be like, where is that? Like, just recently, like, we just finished moving ourselves, and I lost the Stitch plushie. I don't know who got rid of it when, but Shortcake had fronted and was really upset that Stitch had just been missing. I guess we got rid of it because it's nowhere.
Oh my god.
So the system communication with, like, getting rid of stuff is bad.
Yeah, that's it's really weird the way that, like, that's what we were talking about. Alter communication with what to get rid of and what to keep. I didn't think about it like that until you said that. And because you're right, that's a form of miscommunication between alters.
I feel like that's a good way to jump into the one of my other questions, which was how does a system learn to communicate?
Yeah,
and what works best for that. I feel like that'd be a good place to jump into it. Like, yeah. And if you'd be willing to answer that first, like how we have been doing, I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah, it was actually my next step anyway, so that's perfect. Good segue. So yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page.
So yeah, how have we learned to communicate better with our system? We are lucky and unlucky. We are lucky enough that we have Stephanie because she makes it incredibly easy to communicate in some ways. But there are other times where we're like, this could have been communicated a whole lot better. And we're unlucky because we try journaling and we try, like, the best way we really keep up with ourselves is honestly this channel, like, and looking back at old videos we did and seeing what other alters did and being like, what do you mean? Like, Adam fronted yesterday while I'm editing the vlog, and it's like, I think video recording has honestly been the best way we've been able to communicate with each other.
I am still honestly learning. That's why I thought that would be an interesting question. I really, really struggle with system communication, and journaling hasn't worked. Like, I hear a lot of people recommend journaling, and it's just,
It doesn't work
I
for
can't.
me.
It's hard for me. I have a journal set aside for it, but I can't remember to do it. The only time that there was only one time, because we were bored out of our mind and like like we were just like really bored one time, and then a bunch of ultras had written like during that day, but because there was just like nothing to do that day. I'm not gonna get into details just because of possible trigger warnings, but it was just like one of those days there was just like nothing to do, and like I know Saren did it and maybe Talia, but that was like, but on a day-to-day busy life, I don't have the time to keep. It doesn't feel like I have the time to keep up with it when there's so much other stuff I gotta be doing.
I agree.
I find that Simply Plural is probably the best resource that I have, but it's still like something I forget to use, like the chat function we were using really well a while back, but then flipped out of that. And then interworld communication is the worst.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
we
our
don't know,
interworld communication is not worth. It's not great.
Yeah, same here. We don't know much about our inner world in the grand scheme of things, and it makes it hard to communicate through it. I was actually going to mention Simply Plural because they have a function that the message board. Have you used that at all?
No, I know it exists, but I mostly use a chat function more often than not with a Simply Plural. Like if I have to, the polls is also a really great function I've noticed, but I forget to use that. It's just those extra functions somehow I forget.
Yeah. Well, I tried using the chat one and it didn't work as well for me as Discord does, but the message board function, it took me a minute to get it to do what I wanted it to, but it will notify alters when they have an unread message on their board. And you can pick which alter is leaving the message. Because it notifies.
Oh, I'll have to try that more. That's great.
Yeah. Because like, say I wanted to leave a message for like Elphaba. I wanted to leave a message for Elphaba. I would go to her board, and then I would type out my message and click on my little icon of Cecilia that would tell me that, or tell her that it's from me. And then I would leave it there, leave it as marked unread, and then when Elphaba came into the front next, it would say, Elphaba, you have an unread message on your board.
Okay, that's awesome. I haven't actually I knew it. That function has been there for quite a while. I just keep forgetting to use it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I forget stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, another big resource is your support system, your social circle and support system, because you mentioned earlier you were able to know that it was true that you said it because you had an unbiased person tell you that you did say it. And it's really good to have like witnesses, I guess. That's a funny way to put it, but
yeah, no, I know what you mean though.
But yeah, the last topic that we wanted to touch on today, I was curious about. So a lot of people are like, what do you wish singlets knew about DID? I'm curious about something slightly different. What do you wish people who are trying to learn about DID and kind of know what DID is knew, but usually don't?
A little, that, let me think for a second. Yeah, I might need to have you answer that first while I think about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
that's like, that's a good one, though.
For me, this might be a little controversial, and I hope it's not, but I think that if you have spoken about it beforehand, and you have boundaries in place, I think that it is okay if someone is very close to you to ask them if an altar would be willing to front if you're able to get an altar. I think that while 9 times out of 10 it's not the move to ask for an altar to front, I think like if Val had someone front who was like we call them system soulmates, who was like a system soulmate with someone of me and they really missed that person, I'm totally okay with him being like, hey, would you mind getting this person for me or trying? And I think that if there are clear boundaries in place, including if you're not okay with it at all, it's not a bad thing in of itself.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Like with the right people, I very much am like, yeah, if you communicate properly, I don't have a problem with people like asking like, hey, can you let this alter front, or like, hey, can you like try to get them? Like, yeah, so can I have that question one more time? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm like really thinking. I'm like,
yeah, basically like DID allies. What do you wish they knew that they usually don't?
No, yeah, because that's a hard question for me for some reason. I'm like, it's hard for me because a lot of my support system that have already known enough about like DID to pretty much like not like the closest one aside from you, my closest friend is my roommate. Yeah, I'm not sure right this moment.
Okay, yeah. I feel like something you might relate to is that, especially because as a system-wide, you use its pronouns. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like something you would relate to is singlets who think that using its is like feeding into something. Because there are some very well-meaning singlets who don't understand that especially traumatized people have a connection with non-humanity at times, that using its is like the least of the issue.
Yeah, no, I know. I guess one of the things on that question that I could bring up that's on a similar note, like my dad is very much like he knows about my system, and he's been very like okay, trying to learn, like figure it out and learn a little bit. But he just sees my gender as like we either go by it itself, or like we consider ourselves, like if you were to ask me like versus my pronouns versus my gender, I'd say my gender is like gender neutral. Like, because I've like, or not gender neutral, gender fluid. Like I very much go, because it depends on who's fronting. Like some alters very much wanna dress up feminine.
Yeah.
And versus like me as Jordan, I rather wear like a nice jacket over a t-shirt. It's just like, but my dad doesn't seem to understand like that my gender identity is associated to my DID system, you know?
Yeah, that's how we feel too. Yeah. Cause like I was just asking what I should wear for the family Thanksgiving, and we kind of settled on we'll see on the day. Cause like they're
No, I know that is such a movie.
It's like you don't want to have that awkward conversation of
outfit
like
planning never goes.
Yeah. But yeah, that was.
I always try to do every day, every time I.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, outfit planning is so hard.
Outfit planning.
I was just gonna say, like, outfit planning is so hard because, like, someone will pick out an outfit in advance, be like, yeah, this is what we're gonna wear, and then somebody else fronts, and it's like, no, let's pick a different outfit. And I'm like,
oh my god, that's so funny.
You know?
Yeah, like, oh my god. That was all the topics that we had prepared. Is there anything else you want to say before we close off?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so this was my friend here, and it was great to have you, and I'm so glad that we did this video together. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it cozy, informative, helpful, whatever. And stay proud.